Every year, in places like Banff, Yellowstone, and the wild roads of North America, people make the same dangerous mistake. They see a bear cub, small, round, clumsy, almost like a stuffed animal come to life. And for a few seconds, something in the human brain switches off. The warning signs disappear. The distance closes. The phone comes out. A tourist steps closer because the animal looks too innocent to be dangerous. But somewhere nearby, behind the trees or over a ridge, there may be a mother bear weighing hundreds of pounds, watching every movement. To her, that person is not a tourist, not a photographer, and not an admirer of nature. It is a threat moving closer to her cub. That is the trap of cuteness. It makes us forget that the wild does not care how something looks to us. A bear cub may look like a toy, but it is connected to one of the most dangerous defensive systems in the forest. So why does this happen? Why can the most intelligent species on Earth lose basic survival judgment because of a round face, soft movements, and big eyes? We usually think of cuteness as harmless, soft, innocent, pure. But in evolutionary biology, cuteness is not innocent. It is a signal, a pressure, a biological design shaped to reach directly into the nervous system of another living creature. And once you see it that way, nature becomes much darker. In 1943, the scientist Kahn Rad Loh Rentz described something called Kinderschema, or baby schema. It is a set of features many young animals share: large eyes, a round face, a big head, a small nose, short limbs, soft movements, and high-pitched cries. These traits are not random. They are part of a survival system. Baby animals are fragile. They cannot hunt, cannot defend themselves, and cannot survive alone. So evolution gave them another strategy. They make adults care. When humans see a baby-like face, even if it belongs to another species, the brain can respond almost instantly. Reward systems activate. Attention sharpens. Aggression may soften. A protective impulse appears before we have time to think. That is why puppies, kittens, seal pups, bear cubs, and even cartoon characters can feel irresistible. They are not just cute, they are pressing ancient biological buttons. And those buttons are powerful because, for many species, the survival of the young depends on them. A parent that ignores a crying infant may lose its offspring. A group that fails to protect its babies may lose its future. So, nature built a shortcut. Do not analyze. Do not calculate. Care. But nature is not sentimental. It did not create cuteness because beauty matters. It created cuteness because helpless animals die easily. Cuteness is not decoration. It is armor. Not armor made of bone, claws, or teeth, but armor made of perception. It changes the odds that a larger, stronger animal will hesitate. And sometimes, one moment of hesitation is enough to survive one more day. But this system has limits. A baby face is not magic. It does not protect every animal from every predator. In the Canadian Arctic, few creatures look more harmless than a seal pup. White coat, dark eyes, small body on the ice. To humans, it looks almost impossible to connect that face with violence. But to a polar bear, a seal pup is not a symbol of innocence. It is food. Polar bears live in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Their survival depends on fat-rich prey, especially seals. When hunger is strong enough, cuteness means nothing. The same features that melt the human brain cannot stop the logic of the Arctic. The bear does not see a stuffed animal. It sees calories. That is the first dark truth. Cuteness can influence behavior. It can trigger care. It can reduce aggression in some contexts. But it cannot erase survival. When hunger, territory, or reproduction becomes urgent enough, the cute face loses, and nature moves on. The second dark truth is even stranger. Some animals exploit cuteness that was never meant for them. In North America, the brown-headed cowbird is a master of this. Unlike most birds, cowbirds do not build their own nests or raise their own chicks. Instead, the female slips into another bird's nest, lays an egg there, and leaves. The host parents return and continue caring for the nest, unaware that a stranger has been placed inside. When the cowbird chick hatches, it often grows quickly and begs aggressively. Its open mouth is huge. Its cries are urgent. Its body demands food with a force the host parents are built to obey. and the host birds feed it, even when it is not their species, even when it is larger than their own chicks, even when their biological offspring lose food because of it. This is not cuteness as innocence. This is cuteness as manipulation. The cowbird chick does not need to understand what it is doing. Evolution has already done the work. A mouth opens, a cry comes out, and a parent feeds. A signal designed to protect life becomes a tool for stealing care. And somewhere in that nest, the host's own young may weaken, starve, or disappear. That is the brutal side of baby schema. The caregiver's brain is not reading morality. It is reading cues: open mouth, weak cry, small body, urgency. Feed this. Protect this. Keep this alive. Nature does not care whether the signal is honest. It only cares whether the system works. And sometimes the system works for the parasite. There is a third darkness beneath cuteness. Sometimes young animals are not protected at all because they represent the wrong genetic future. In some species, males may kill offspring that are not their own. To humans, that looks monstrous. Emotionally, it is. But evolution does not operate by human morality. A male that removes unrelated young may create a faster opportunity to pass on his own genes. A baby can trigger care in one brain and threat in another. To its mother, it is the future. To a rival male, it may be an obstacle. To a predator, it may be prey. To a human, it may be adorable. The same small face enters 4 different minds and becomes 4 different realities. This is where the idea of Kwah matters. Qualia means the raw inner feeling of experience, what it feels like to be that creature, in that body, in that moment. Humans look at cute animals through a human emotional lens. We see innocence, softness, and something that should be protected. But the inner world of a wild animal may not contain those categories. A polar bear does not experience a seal pup through our tenderness. A cowbird chick does not experience itself as evil. A mother bear does not see a tourist admiring her cub. She sees distance closing around her young. That is why cute animals become dangerous when we think about them too simply. When we call an animal innocent, we may be describing our reaction, not its reality. When we call a predator cruel, we may be describing our discomfort, not its mind. When we call a parasite evil, we may be placing human morality onto a strategy with no language, no guilt, and no apology. The wild is not a children's story. It is not divided into cute heroes and ugly villains. It is a living system where every shape, sound, color, smell, and cry can become part of a survival game. A round face can summon care. A tiny cry can demand food. A soft body can hide danger nearby. A helpless-looking animal can trigger instincts in you that are older than reason. That does not mean cuteness is fake. The feeling is real. The tenderness is real. The urge to protect is real. But the system behind it is not gentle. It was forged in hunger, birth, fear, competition, and death. Cuteness is one of nature's most beautiful illusions, and one of its most ruthless tools. So the next time you walk through a North American forest and see a small animal that makes your heart soften, remember what you are looking at. Not just innocence. Not just beauty. Not just something made for your affection. You are seeing an evolutionary signal. A biological design. A face shaped by millions of years of pressure to make another brain hesitate. And sometimes, that hesitation saves a life. Sometimes, it steals one. Sometimes, it gets a careless human far too close to a mother already watching from the trees. Because in nature, cuteness is never just cute. It is strategy. It is persuasion. It is survival wearing the face of innocence.